Right, good morning everybody. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I'm going to try and do it. Try being the operative word. This mind for today. But at the moment I'm all hot bothered. You can hear the fan in the background. It's raining here today. Oh, and there's Princess. And I have Princess in here who's just got back from a walk. So obviously she's all excited still. And I've had to shut the door because Scott's on the PlayStation, and you don't really want to hear him playing with his friends going, revive me, or whatever he says all the time now. Right, anyway, so I'm going to turn you around and try and do this mind dump. Right, so first things first, sorry about wobbliness. I cannot figure a way of putting it up at a distance. I haven't got a tripod or anything, so you can see what I'm writing all the time without me holding it in my left hand because I'm right-handed. I've got 2 pens on the go. Two. Yeah, there we are. 2 pens on the go, so yes, shall we get going? Right, this isn't completely factual. There's going to be bits I'm going to omit because, well, it's personal stuff, and yeah. Right, so first thing in the middle of my mind dump, always me. Now, is it because I'm so self-centered that all I have to think about is myself? No, but I'll explain that in a minute. So, other things. Let me just get the dog off me. Other things to go on the mind dump could be, so, family. By family, I mean Carl and children. And that's just quite a general run, that one. I'm trying to do it in capital letters because, well, yeah. Because my handwriting's rubbish. Right, next one is financial security. That's something else people worry about. Right, another one. Let's put a big one on there, shall we? COVID. Then we've also got I've got a couple of friends that are going through some stuff. I'm not going to say obviously what it is or anything, so that's just down as friends. Kids returning to school. I'm going to put that in a different category. I can spell. I really can't spell. Yep, I know what that means. To school. I was actually quite good at English. Kids returning to school. What other things can I put there? I'm not going to go into faith, etc. That's not what this channel's about. I am a Christian, but yeah, at church, that's another thing. That I'll come into more detail in that in a minute. What other things? Housework. That's something else. And then there's work. And then there's clutter. Yeah, I think that will do for now. As I said, this isn't 100% accurate because, well, there's some stuff that I will just always keep private, you know, because it's me. Right, so why have I put me on there? It's a mind dump. Why am I on there? I'm not thinking about myself the whole time. So why am I there? I'll tell you why I'm there. Because if I don't look after this one here, I can't look after that. I can't look after that. Can't do anything with that. Cannot do nada. Cannot. You need to look after that to be able to help anything else out that's going on in your brain. So I was talking about DIY. Because where we're trying to sell. So lots of DIY needs to. Now Princess is doing stuff. I'm going to have to pause you there. Right, this has a possibility of being a very stop-start video. Because little madam, if you can hear her in the background, is being just that, little madam. Right, so then what I do once I've done my brain dump, or mind dump, is I work out what is important. What's the most important? We've already said that one is, and call me self-centered or whatever, but if you don't look after that, you can't look after anything else. Right. Next most important, I'd say family and children. Then I'd say friends. Then it's financial security, which kind of ties in with work, though COVID is quite important as well. See, this is when it gets really hard to do it. It's putting it in importance. Right, so what isn't that important on here? Is there anything that I can say, do you know what? If it doesn't happen, it doesn't blinking matter. That one. DIY. Cross it off. To be fair, it's cold doing the DIY. If he does it, he does it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Right. Now, let's go through all these one by one. So we'll start at the top. Is there anything else I can cross off? I don't think there is on there at the moment for me. Church, we're still trying to reopen. We're not reopened yet. I know a lot of churches are. We aren't, because we've got quite an aged congregation. I'm actually a deacon there, which means that I have to do all the admin stuff, which is fun doing this. So at the moment we're phoning around. So that can be boxed off, because that is being dealt with. Let me just sort her out. As I said, that can be boxed off because that's being dealt with. I've just got to make a couple of phone calls. That's fine. I don't need to worry about that. Right. Housework. Oh, the joys of it. Always a mess. Always feel like it's a mess. Always feel like your home's a mess and never gets tidy, and you do it and then it all needs redoing again. But you know what? I live with a 38-year-old man. I live with a 12-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son. I do not live here alone. So if one day a week, oh, camera's gone all blurry, no one else can do anything, do you know what? Don't worry about it. If you're having that bad a day, it ain't gonna matter. I mean, let's be honest, at the moment, are we really having many people around? Does it matter if you don't hoover for a day? Right, next one. Right, we're gonna go on to kids returning to school. Now this, though I'm excited, and I'm going to admit I'm quite excited about the kids going back to school, I think they're quite excited as well. So, but it does leave anxiety in me. It does make me think, oh, you know, what's they getting? Now, again, it's out of my control. It's linking in with this COVID. It's out of my control. So what can I do for that? Well, they've both got hand sanitizer in their bags. They've got enough school uniform they don't have to wear anything 2 days on the trot now, because they used to wear their trousers 2 days on the trot. That when they come in, they can strip straight off, get straight in the bath, etc. So though it's going to still be on my mind, I've got to remember, can do no more. Can do no more. And once you recognise that you can't do anything else for it, you're in a better headspace, because you can't control it. So it's almost like, what's the point in worrying about it? Because worrying about it's just going to affect everything else that's going on. Right. Next thing we're going to go on to, friends. So that is boxed, because we can't do anything else with that. So we can't give it any more attention than it's already had. I mean, they're not back at school yet either, so just leave it for now. That's boxed in with church. It's all boxed, and they're just crossed out. Right, friends. I've got a friend that's going through a bit of a tough time at the moment, so I'm not going to go into it. I am making a point of phoning or talking to her and trying to see her, but her profession, it's really hard to. She works not in the NHS, but kind of the same thing as a community nurse, so it's really hard for risk reasons, etc. as well. But yeah, so stay in contact, which I'm doing. As I said, I'm not going to go into why, but she's having a really tough time at the moment. But that's I think, as long as I check in, I'm checking in like every other day. As long as I check in with her, make sure she's fine, have a laugh with her. I mean, it's a fake laugh because of things that are going on, but you know, have a laugh with her. Just know that let her know that she's loved, etc. So I can't do anything else about her situation. I've offered to help with other things that I can help with, and she knows the offer's there. So yes, it's anxiety, but again, it's nothing I can do with. So all I can do with that one, we're going to put a cloud around it. I think we're going to go with clouds. See, this is how bad my maps go. We're going with cloud because we're still working on it, but you know, it's nothing that I can do anything about. Right, clutter. I have, you'll see this probably in about 6 months' time, so much unlisted stock. It's unreal, and it's cluttering up every single space in this flat. And if you have clutter laying around, you will know it gets to you. And it does. It plays a big part of getting to me. So what can I do about it? Well, what I am doing about it is I'm listing more than I'm buying. I am on a... I can spell. It's why I'm trying to talk at the same time. It's where I am kind of on a list, on a buying ban, except for jewellery. I'm buying that about every 3 weeks. because that is predominantly what I'm listing as a space-wise. So that is the place. It will get better. It's just going to take time. I wished it took this time to gather the stuff, but unfortunately I went a bit mad during lockdown. Right, so that is a work in progress again. Right, work. Well, that kind of ties in with that one, doesn't it? I'm not too concerned about any other areas of work. Yes, it's quiet at the moment, but we're in the summer. Other than today, it's been a manic heat wave. People are out. They're out spending time with their family. Last thing they're going to be doing is spending on eBay. I do have another couple of revenue income streams coming in, which, you know, they're doing okay. So, so work. I get done what I get done. You know, I don't work past 3. If I don't get it all done, I don't get it all done. And that's it. Because I think you'll find that in any job. And it's understanding, it's appreciating, and it's realising that in any job that you're in, as a conscientious worker, you will never complete your whole job, especially time pressure jobs. With being self-employed, there's always more that you can do. There's always more that you could be doing. You could do that. You could do that. For goodness, I could sit here and list like goodness knows how many items I've got, and then still I'd find something else that I haven't done that I need to get done. So I could work 24/7 and still not have enough hours. So, you know, I have to cut it off. If I was in paid employment, and I'm not talking about anything, you know, that's derogatory. I'm not talking about anything like teaching, because obviously teaching you do take a lot of work home, etc. and things like that. I'm talking like a normal bog standard office job, though there are a lot of them are working from home at the moment. But a normal bog standard office job, normal times, I would not be taking work home with me. I've done it before. I would not be taking work home with me. I'd get it done, or I'd leave it to the next day, or pass it on to the next person. Simples. Right, so that can be boxed, because there's nothing else I can do about that. It's out of my control. Right, we're going to leave that one to last. Financial security. I think a lot of us are anxious about this. With the reports of job losses, we're hitting the worst recession we've ever been in, etc., etc. And, you know, unless there is no way. I mean, there is no way to offer financial security. I can see, to be honest, even if you're on full benefits having to be cut because there's going to be more people on them. And the country cannot afford to have like 90% of its population or whatever on benefits. I'm not saying that's how many are going to get unemployed, but I'm just saying that, you know, money will have to be found somewhere. So, but we are working on this. So we are building a reserve. It's not always easy. It's not always possible. But there are ways you can save money without even realising or thinking you're saving money. It's little hacks that you can do. So, I mean, I can go into them, but I'm not going to go into them now. So it's up to you. I'm not no financial expert, but I mean, we did claw our way out of debt. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah. So yeah, we're on the reserve. So that's got a cloud around it. And again, I have no control over that. I have no control over whether Cole loses his job or anything like that. Right, family, Cole and the children. Right, they will always be my second concern because, you know, they are. Being not bad again. I'm going to have to put something else up. That's fine. You know, you always want to make sure they're happy and they're healthy and not over that. And that may sound really, really nasty, but I will not make myself deeply unhappy for Carl or the children. And that's going in another box. As in deeply unhappy, I mean in an abusive way. I don't mean my children's needs don't come before my own. I won't put myself in front of a bullet for my kids. That's not what I'm on about. I'm on about in an abusive way. But yes, so anyway, so, you know, you want to make sure all of that, etc., etc. You know, make sure you're eating healthy not always eating healthy, let's be honest, but eating, and, you know, make sure the kids getting enough sleep, make sure everyone's getting enough attention, not forgetting to give yourself attention, because if you don't give yourself attention, you can't give anyone else attention. Yes, so, And that'll be an ongoing one. That one will never get boxed in. That one will always be there. And I'll always be revising how things do, etc. Right, last one. COVID. Well, I think we've all got that on our mind, haven't we? There's no getting away from it. So, but, and this could cause controversy, we have no control. We have no control. We can put precautions in place. We can keep social distancing. We can wear masks. But we have no control over it. When Carl first went back to work, if you watched Channel for a while, you saw that I broke into tears. And then he was furloughed and we had 4 weeks off, and it was actually quite nice because it gave me a chance to reset my brain on it. Carl comes in from work, has a shower, gets changed, his clothes go straight in the wash. I can do nothing else to protect the family. I can't stop Carl from getting it. Just like when the kids go back to school, I can't stop the kids from getting it. I have no control over that. I mean, I have that, which again I'm not going to go into, which helps. But I have no control. I can't stop my friends getting it. I can't stop my family getting it. I can't stop myself getting it. I cannot stop anyone from getting it. The only thing I can do is do all the precautionary things that we can and listen to the government guidance. And that's all that we can do on it. And it doesn't mean that you can cross it out and that's it, it's gone. It isn't, because I think the danger is that if you cross this one out, you'll stop doing the precautionary stuff and you'll start thinking it's back to normal, and it is not. There are people still, not many, granted, but there are still people dying from it. And that's not over dramatising it. I know people that have been very, very, very poorly from it. One person I know, they're having to have steroids pumped into their lung, their remaining good lung, because the other one is completely knackered from it. It's not just the flu. But then saying that, the amount of people that get it and get to that level is minimal. So I won't box it. I won't say it doesn't bring concerns, but it's just remembering each time you worry about it to have that in your head. We have no control. Now to you this may look like an absolutely dog's dinner. It may actually look no better. But for me, it helps. We've decided housework's not important. We've decided DIY isn't important. These things are on my brain. It could be anything. We've decided all these things, they're boxed in. So they're important. They're under control. There's nothing I can do about it. I have no control. And they don't really warrant any more headspace at the moment. Especially that one. You know, it doesn't warrant the headspace at the moment. They're not back at school yet. Why worry about something that ain't going on? Right. This one. Can't make people buy the stuff. Just list more, and then when the sales do pick up, well, hey, happy days. They've got loads to buy from. This one, well, phone remember, not even reopening yet. So leave that for now. Right. These ones are in little bubbles, as I've said, because in clouds, because though they are going to take headspace, they've got things going on in control. They've got things that are in place, so they should cause no more anxiety. So the only two things really left are these two. But even with COVID, we've said we have no control. We're just going to listen to what we have to do and take it from there. And to be fair, certain things, sorry, this is Cole's training folder underneath, certain things will be reopened and you may not feel safe enough to do it. And do you know what? If you don't, it don't matter. You do it when you're ready to do it. Don't get someone to tell you when you should be doing something. You do something when you're ready to do something and not before. Right. And this one's always going to be there. The family, Cole and the kids are always going to be there. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you found it useful. It is literally a mess. And sometimes this page can be absolutely rammed. I mean, my head's in a good place at the moment. But sometimes this page can be absolutely rammed. It could have things on it like getting out of bed. If I'm in a really bad place, it can have getting out of bed. It can be absolutely hate myself, absolutely hate everyone. It's really dependent on my mood. But then it's sitting down and looking at each thing individually, what you can do, what really doesn't matter, and what you So with these ones, it could be you could work out that these are the actions you could put into place, basically. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's not been too breaking up. And I'm going to drink my coffee, put this together, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye for now.